All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to talk about the flare yellow cars. In the US, North America, there were 11. That's it. 11 flare yellow cars, and there were 6 in Japan. That's it. So you have a total worldwide of 17 of these yellow cars. The downside to that is those are the cars that you saw it in a lot of press materials, a lot of promotional videos. They gave them to people to review. So even like the USA Stig, he's driven and reviewed one of them. And if you look on the spreadsheet, the GS-F spreadsheet, you can see which one that is. There are several YouTubers that have reviewed others. 2 of them were Lexus driving school cars. So again, that's not a bad thing, but they were driven pretty hard for the first 10 to 20,000 miles of their life. And so that's something to keep in mind. But of those 11, there's one that was crashed and rebuilt. So there's a rebuilt title one. There's another one that the insurance company, it was crashed and an insurance company still holds the title to it. So I don't know what's going to go on with that one, but for all intents and purposes, let's just say there's 9 left right now that are clean title. So of those 9, there's only 6 that don't have accidents reported. Of those 6, 2 were driving school cars. 1 was a press car. That's again the ones you see all over YouTube. Driven pretty hard, been through a lot of hands, things like that. There's one that's pretty heavily modified. Not that there's anything wrong with modifying these cars, but you know, the collectability of these cars goes down when you modify them to an extent. So that leaves exactly 2. There are 2 cars left. One is in California, has about 27,000 miles. It is a true one-of-one car. It's the only flare yellow that was ever made worldwide that has it's called the LA03 interior, which is the black and white interior. I'll put a picture of it on your screen here. So that interior, it's the only car that exists with that interior in flare yellow. It is also the only one owner, no accident car. So like as far as desirability, that is the one car that will be worth some big bucks one day. And you know, you follow the E39 M5, and there were many more of those than there were of these, but these cars, I think that's gonna be the special one. So if you're watching this and you own that car, hold on to it. So there's one other one, and it's in New Jersey, or I'm sorry, New York. It has about 30,000 miles. It's a 2-owner car, but it has no accidents. So there are 2 cars left with no stories, no accidents, nothing attached, they're not modified. That's it. You have 2. So if you factor in the fact that these flare yellows already command a premium price of $10,000 to $15,000 above the market for these cars, I think that those are going to be the ones that are highly desirable. You get into the Molten Pearls here. So the Molten Pearls, there are 43 that were made for North America. Of the 43, there are 3 that are rebuilt. But other than that, there's one that was stolen and recovered, but then that leaves 34 left, essentially, that have a clean title. So you start going down the list. Out of the 34, there's only 16 left that have no accidents and a clean title. That's it. So you're starting to wither down on what's available for collectability, I suppose, as well. You take the 16, and there are 3 in the service history that already mentioned that they've had paint work, or it was an accident to replace fenders, bumpers, right rear was damaged, but they're not on the Carfax. So again, that's probably done outside of insurance. So you're talking about 13. There are 13 of these cars left with clean title, no accidents, no stories. This is one of them, which, you know, I sought this out when it popped up. I put a deposit on it right away, and I'm very glad I did. It's in so much better shape than I originally thought. Very happy with it, but it's going to be right here for a long time. So we talked about the one-owner cars on the flare yellows. One-owner cars for the Molten Pearls, there are exactly 2 left. That's it. One has an accident. The other one doesn't show an accident, but it's one of those that has had damage or paint work that's done to it. So basically there's none left. That ship has sailed. There are no one owner, no accident, no stories, no anything like that are left. They're gone. So you want to talk about lowest and highest mileage. So on the flare yellows, 7,000 was the lowest and 80 something thousand was the highest. On the Molten Pearls, the lowest is one in Georgia with about 13,000 miles, and the highest, there's actually three. They're all pretty close. There's two in Illinois and one in Indiana, and they all have around 113 to 120,000 miles on them, which that's great to see that these cars are being driven. But if you look at my video I had a couple days about the values of these GS-Fs, it's one thing that surprised me was that the Molten Pearls, they don't fetch a price premium like the Flare Yellows do. So they pretty much, they fall in line with the rest of the market. So, you know, the 2016s, the Molten Pearls, all but two were 2016s. There's two 2017s, which were probably left over from 16s that just were titled as 17s, but they're manufactured as 17s. The 2016s, the values, you know, you talk about a car with average miles, 60,000 miles on these cars is pretty standard for a 2016 right now, around $50,000. That's basically what these are fetching at the moment. They don't command a price premium. They just fall in line with everything else. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to share with you today. These things are only going to get rarer and harder to find, especially, you know, you heard that Lexus had announced they're going to discontinue the RCF, which is the two-door, after the end of this year. They've hinted that the LC 500 is not too far behind, which would also mean that the IS 500 is not far behind. It's kind of unfortunate. These are the last of the Toyota V8s. There's no other Toyotas left that are going to have the V8 in them other than those three cars, and we know that one's for sure going away and the other two are most likely going away. So this is the end, guys. You know, pretty sad when you think about it, because it's a really awesome sounding V8, as you've heard. You know, of course I put a modified exhaust on this one, but it's one of those things that as an enthusiast, it's really sad to see that they're going to be 4-cylinder turbos and hybrids and twin turbo V6s. It's not the same. Part of the ownership of these cars is the experience, and the part of the experience is that noise. So if that goes away, things have to change. And you know, pumping in the fake engine noise doesn't quite do it for a true enthusiast. So especially if, you know, on these cars you can turn it off, which is fantastic. I'm glad you can. But it's something to think about. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. These are rare cars. I'll jump into the anniversary edition cars in another video, and maybe some of the other lower production colors like the Matador Red Mica or the Nebula Pearl Smoky Granite Mica, etc. But the most common colors that you'll see on these cars: white, caviar, and ultrasonic blue mica, which is white, black, and blue. Those are what majority of them were. Over 50% of them produced were white. If you go look, you're going to see a lot of white ones pop up for sale. The most common is white with red interior. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.